Hello Taurus, this is Natalia with your reading for the month of April. So Taurus, it's going to be quite an interesting month because we have Mars going retrograde around the middle of the month, and then we've got little old Mercury doing his retrograde thing again towards the end of the month. So I've done a general reading for you, and then I've also done one of my little bonus readings because I do like to look at what's going on cosmically. Even though I'm not an astrologer, I like to see what the intuitive angelic take is on things. So I've got two cards that are going to look at what's coming in for you with this Mars retrograde, and also make sure you watch your Astrolada video for April because she goes into more detail of that astrologically. So let's start with the beginning of the month, and we've got the Five of Air card here. Now, the whole of April in general is going to be such a fantastic month for you. So it's good to get these kind of interesting issues out of the way right at the beginning of the month. So what we see here with the Five of Air is you really questioning what was it that I did that was a little bit unwise, and looking at all of the relationships around you and who is in your corner, who is just really pushing their luck right now to a point where you just can't stand it anymore. And air cards are all about our thoughts. They're all about the things that we turn over in our minds. So that the element of air is very much about our mental energy, the way we process thoughts, the filter that we put on them. So, the same thing can happen to two different people, but the way that their mind digests that and then makes a conclusion about it determines how they actually feel and respond. And with the Five of Air, it's always about you feeling as though people are getting at you, or you're annoyed by people, or you just feel it's like everybody's butting heads with one another. And there's a lot for you to learn from this. So I feel like there's big lessons here. There's things that perhaps you have just, abided by, put to one side and thought, I'll just continue tolerating this situation. I will be able to accept what's going on, or I will be treated in a certain way and I won't do anything about it. I won't respond, I won't retaliate. But with the Five of Air, this is you standing back going, whoa, I'm not having this anymore. I don't actually know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm friends with this person, or I don't know why I put up with this. And you really, not so much having conflict, but you standing back, weighing it all up and just deciding this is what I want to do, because fives are all about letting go. So I would suggest that the beginning of April is a really good time for you to start questioning the people in your life, the circumstances that you find yourself in, the kind of conversations you have with those people. And I see you starting to draw some very strong conclusions about whether these people are actually going to fit in your life going forward. And I feel like this, as we go towards the middle of April, this makes you very happy indeed. It's almost like a sense of relief, because you know that this is something you've been avoiding doing, or you haven't faced up to. You haven't been looking inside yourself. You've just been, going along with it all. And when we get to that place where we are ready to make changes, where we're ready to let people go, we're ready to put ourselves first, say yes to me, and, no to people who would, just clawing at you and demanding your time, or putting you through difficult situations and difficult emotions. And it just feels so much better, because you got the Three of Water here, and that's always about celebrating. It's a cause for celebration. It's knowing how to have fun. It's all about that pleasure in life, where we can cast aside people who and situations that weigh us down, and we really can choose to be living in the moment and enjoying the moments as they happen in the way that we want to enjoy them, without having to feel pressured to be friends with a certain person, to be around a certain person in the workplace, to put up with a certain job. You know how it is. All those things that we put up with, when we finally make the decision to let them go and walk away from them, that's when we start really living life and feeling like we're being our authentic selves. And when we're authentic, we can choose happiness, and we were actually, being true to us. It could be also around the middle of April that you are celebrating, because we're getting into Taurus season as we get towards the latter part of the month. So maybe you're celebrating your birthday around that time. So happy birthday if it's your birthday. If you're an early born Taurus. And just generally let your hair down and cut loose and have fun, because Tauruses, earth signs generally. And this, by the way, this reading is for you if you have your sun in Taurus, your ascendant in Taurus, and also if you have your moon sign in Taurus, this may relate to you. Tauruses are very steadfast. You will just keep plugging away at something. You don't make any big swift moves and changes. But also, you love your pleasures in life, sensory pleasures. You love all the pleasures of all the five senses. And so this card speaks very much to your Venusian ruled qualities of enjoying good food, lovely music, great company, just letting your hair down and just embracing pleasure. So the middle of the month sees that coming in for you and being a real opportunity for you to soak that up. So do that, Taurus. And it's actually around the time that Mars starts to go retrograde. And for you, it's almost like some of the pressures that have been heaped upon you, or that you've heaped upon yourself, and you've kept yourself enslaved within certain situations or relationships, that Mars retrograde is a bit of a key to unlocking that door, to saying no, to pushing back, and to enjoying your life much more and having pleasure. So it's kind of you get like a couple of months off of this grind and this doggedness that seems to follow you around. And so we have the wonderful card that comes up at the end of April for you, and that is the Nine of Water. Anytime I'm doing a reading, when this card comes up, it's like bingo. Thank you very much, universe. This is such a lovely, positive omen, I guess is the word. And this is about wishes coming true. So what have you been wishing about, Taurus? What have you been dreaming about? What have you been asking the universe for, trying to encourage the law of attraction to bring into your life? Well, the chances are you're going to see that happen at the end of April. And it is just magnificent. So this card shows this mermaid, and there are tons of, well, there are 9 actually. There are a lot of cups that are glistening with all these beautiful jewels, but they're hidden below the surface. And this mermaid is so happy because she hadn't been able to see these. She'd been thinking about them, and then she was able to dive down underneath the water and catch a glimpse of everything that is so magical that she wanted, and now she knows she has it. And you, my dear Taurus, you are going to be on the receiving end of something really fabulous at the end of April, and I hope it is glorious for you. I really do. So what have you been wishing for? Keep sending those wishes out there, because there is a strong chance that you're going to get that. So your month is very much just punctuated by that you start off all in your head, all in your mind space, thinking about how are my relationships with other people in the workplace or personally. Where is it wearing me down? Where is it that there are things that I just can no longer put up with? And be prepared to let go of certain people from your life and just not take any more of their fun and games. In order for you to really enjoy life and to have fun, to have this very beautiful emotional experience for the rest of the month. And as we see Mercury going retrograde towards the end of April, then potentially a wish coming true for you. So I am so excited to hear about how that goes for you. Please report back to me, Taurus. I read all the comments, and I try to answer as many of them as I can, but please do let me know what happens for you. I'm intrigued. So I did promise that I was going to have a look at separately the retrograde that we're experiencing this month. So we have Mars going retrograde for a couple of months, and then we've Mercury going retrograde at the end of April. And I decided to use the Magical Unicorn deck of cards by Doreen Virtue for one of these cards. And I absolutely love these because every single card has an image of a unicorn depicted on it. And the messages are very comforting. So some of the messages are, no, it's not going to happen for you, but it's done in a very lovely, positive way, because we can't always have everything we want because it's not our destiny. It's something best is coming along. But for you, I just really feel like this is quite a magical month. This is a month of attracting things towards you and repelling the things that no longer serve you. And with the Mars retrograde, it's bringing some kind of wish for you. And so the unicorn card I drew for you is you'll know in the morning. So we have this beautiful skyline. So it's dusk. The day's coming to a close on the card. And the colours are the lovely light violet energy of, it's a kind of lavender colour, of the crown chakra, which is all about connecting to our higher self. It's about opening the crown chakra, receiving divine wisdom, feeling blessed, and knowing that everything that we want and need is coming to us. So that strong connection to the universe, to the divine source, to everything, in the way that we're all connected to one another. And just sending those thoughts out to the universe, to your angels, requesting whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life. And this card is suggesting that you do this at dusk. So you do it before you go to sleep at night. You do it in the evening, because there's something about the evening time. And this is just a personal thing. I feel a stronger connection with divine energy in the evening. And I just feel as though there's something magical about that time, when the veil is drawn between day and night. And that's when everything kind of comes to life. And as we sleep, all of the wonderful things are going on in the background. The universe is conspiring to make our dreams come true and to make all those things that we need to achieve our soul's purpose happen for us. So this card is saying when you wake up, you'll have a better idea about what to do. Relax until then. This is very strongly connected to the first card as well that I drew for you in your main reading, about thinking about relationships and situations that don't serve you anymore, that are dragging you down, and what to do about those. That you will be inspired, you will be guided, and you will know exactly what to do, and you'll be able to move on from that and feel empowered and feel happy. So don't stress about it at all, okay? And then the second card is from the Soul's Journey Lesson cards by James Van Praagh. These are really beautiful, beautiful cards, and every single one of them has this mandala type image on it and a very simple message. And the one I drew for you, Taurus, for these retrogrades, what does it mean? What is this whole energy doing for you? Signifying for you is the loneliness card. Now, it's not saying that you're lonely, it's the exact opposite. And the message, the affirmation is, I know that I'm never alone. So if you have a look more closely at the mandala on the center of the card, you will see that it is like the universe. And there are these ladies, and they're holding like a tray of candles that are all lit. And each one of them is standing on the world. And they're projecting their arms outwards, and they create like the spokes of a wheel, so it's kind of making the world and the universe go round. But together they're all connected, and together, that they've got this tray of lights. Each one of them individually has a tray of lights, and they're able to send this light out. But when they do that together, can you see they illuminate the whole of the outside of that circle? So there's something about the connectedness brings greater light into the world and the universe. There's something so powerful about our connection to everybody, to the divine source, to other people in the world, because we are all connected. It's just our ego that disconnects us and creates competition. So this is saying that, even where you have to shed a relationship, or you have to leave somebody behind because they aren't right for you, that you are still connected because they have served their purpose in your life. They taught you lessons, you taught them lessons. There was a real power in the connection that you had, but there comes a point when that is over, when it's spent. It's a little bit like a battery that's drained and can no longer be powered up again and has to be discarded. And you will always be connected. because you served a purpose in one another's life, but you have to allow those people and yourselves to move on. And you're connected very much to the divine source. Never feel like you're alone, even when you're going through difficult times, when you feel like you're battling and you're stretching to try and reach certain goals, and they just feel as though they're moving further away from you. They are actually getting closer, and you are connected to the universe. And the universe hears all of your thoughts and all of your requests and is working diligently in the background to make those happen for you. You just have to wait for divine timing. So, Taurus, I hope you've enjoyed your reading. I would love it if you would join me on my Facebook page. It's Angel Lady, and we have a lovely community of like-minded souls there. And we talk about all kinds of things angelic and divine. So it would be lovely if you could come and like my page. And if you would like a private reading with me, if you click on the link below this video, that will show you how to schedule that. And you can also visit astrolada.com, and I'm there at the top of the page. Just click on my link and follow the instructions on my page. So wishing you a wonderful month of April, Taurus. Look forward to catching up with you very soon.